Oh yeah, baby! Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Super Runabout San Francisco Edition. This is the final episode. I'm COMPUTEROSIS. There's not so much a season finale, more of a series finale. It's the final battle of Alcatraz. That's right, we're gonna go head again against the motherfucking terrorists that have been plaguing the San Francisco area. Oh, and we found out where the chief is. So we're gonna rescue his ass and get the fuck out of Dodge. Ah, yeah. And not to worry about the whole desinkage thing. Don't worry, got a timer down here. Apparently it's 1:15 a.m. in the morning. On the day in which the other episode should have been uploaded, or it's in the verge of uploading. Maybe it's because that's once again. But yeah, it's time to get fucking ironic here. Because in the last mission, we were destroying ambulances. But this time, we are fucking ambulance. Aw, yeah. And I'm not sure if I end up restarting the mission or not. If I did, then that's probably the reason why this episode is twice as long than the Mission 6 episode Scenario A. Okay. Because, like I mentioned before, I like Scenario A's missions more than Scenario B, because Scenario A's missions are, to me, easier than Scenario B's missions. But there isn't really that much to say about which one's longer and which one's shorter, per se. But yeah, we first sent out rescuing the chief while we're being bombarded with bombs and getting hit by fucking jeeps and always hear, you can't do it here, shoot them all, and all that jazz. But yeah, we're on fucking Alcatraz. I have no idea how accurate this is in terms of the island of Alcatraz. But action can get pretty zigzaggy, kind of, where you have to figure out which level, which elevation area on the island you need to be at. Because when I was watching this the first time, or at least when I was playing this the first time, I thought, okay, it's the same thing as when we rescued the president in Scenario A. Only instead of the president, we were rescuing the chief. Okay. And so I'm going through here, realizing that getting to the chief is actually a lot longer. Because there's not really an action button to go by in this area. It's all about just driving there, making some questionable turns as you continue your way up, or you ascend your way up through Alcatraz in order to reach the area in which the chief is located. And it should be pretty simple after that. I mean, you would think that after you get the chief, all you have to do is just find a way to get off. And let me just say, there have been some close calls here. Like what just happened about a few seconds ago. So yeah, almost fell off. It's a bitch to get back up, especially after you spend all that time. And I think the reason why I might have done like a restart was because of the time limit. Because if you probably haven't figured it out already, you get a bigger time in this mission 6 mission than in Scenario B than you get in Scenario A. And the reason for that is actually, it makes sense, kind of, when you get to see the big unveil. I'm trying to remember not to spoil this one. Not to spoil out what happens here. Because, there. The only thing I can say is, there's more to it than just rescuing the chief. Of course. Of course. You have to take him off. We take him off by plane, by boat, by teleporter. Okay, if there's one thing this game is actually good at, it's good at being grounded in a sense that is that the locations are real. The vehicles to a certain extent are real. Um, the only thing that's very fictitious is the physics. Oh god, the fucking physics out of this world. Yeah, but then again, this is the Dreamcast we're talking about here, and uh, I guess that's what could be considered broken by a simple vehicle. But I guess that also falls to freaking physics. Like, there's no way in hell a little police car mobile is strong enough to not only crash into, let's say the trolley line, but to literally disable it off its track. That is something to behold right there. And I just keep fucking up, don't I? I'm sorry. It's weird. I will say this just to be a little bit more off topic. I finally learned after about I don't know, a year since having Steam. Yeah, I haven't had Steam for that long actually. Because I only had the only reason why I have Steam is because the fact that I bought Portal 2 off the PS3 and it came with a free Steam code, so I used that to advantage. Anyway, that's Steam. Finally figured out how to put non-Steam games onto my Steam account. Yeah, or at least I was reminded that that feature exists. So I don't know. I'll probably put some like random ass games. Probably put in some perverted shit in there, maybe. But I really have no fucking idea. I might just go fucking nuts on there or some shit like that. But yeah, as you can clearly see, we're already on the first twist of this mission. Now we gotta destroy some fucking missiles. And you're probably wondering, wait, how many missiles? The map tells you, but the bottom screen won't tell you like how many are left per se until you actually destroy one of them. So, yes, it's very late at night. I should be asleep by now. I actually got some sleeping advice actually. Well, not so much sleeping advice, but it was in the form of like studying advice. And it made sense within the context of what needs to be done. You see, for those of you who study and have to do like certain works, if you're on the verge of like having to like cram for studies and stuff, whatever you do, depending on where you're located, don't do that past like 10 o'clock or 10 or 11 o'clock. Because shit won't get done. And you won't remember shit. In fact, your body will hate you once you wake up. Unless your class is like at, I don't know, fucking 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And you'll be like, fuck that, I'll just study until 2 a.m. in the morning. Get a good 8 hours sleep and wake up at 10 a.m. in the morning, bitch. That's how I do. And then you'll be and they'll be like, okay. Well, kind of wish my classes were within the time frame of 12 to about 3 or 4, or it was something I've learned after leaving out of high school and finally having my own like actual set time to like wake up and get up. I realized that I'm not a morning person. In fact, I'm more of a more of a night owl. But at the same time, I cannot really function in that way per se. Because I can't fully be nocturnal. That's the best way I can say it. I can't fully be nocturnal because my body still wants me to just shut down, break down, and then usually that will just happen while I'm on the floor, and then by that time I already have like the clock set up. So I have the clock set up at a specific time, and then I'll always wake up exactly when I hear it. Hear it. Hear it. Which never happened while sleeping in my own bed. Which, by the way, I probably need to get my own bed. But then again, damn it, I don't have enough money for another bed. For another bed. So yeah, there's that. Now that I think about it, this mission could actually be shorter than how it's being done, kind of. But then again, you have to know exactly where they all are. As you can clearly see, as you can clearly figure out, there's 6 of them. There are 6 different turret missile thingamajiggers that you need to destroy. But they're all spread out among Alcatraz on different elevations. Where you can only get to certain areas while being on a certain elevation. For example, when it said there was 2 left and there was one that's like sort of smack dab in the middle, that one was actually on an elevation that we were actually kind of on when we rescued the chief. So in hindsight, we missed out on an opportunity to get that to actually destroy that, which can be very detrimental to the actual time. I mean, sure, it would take about like 30 to 40 seconds. That's only if you drive it correctly and be able to maneuver it without any sort of hiccups whatsoever. But with that said, it becomes very difficult per se, because just looked. You saw what just happened, though. No, you can't really speed yourself on here because you might end up falling off and you have to start all over again. You just wasted like so much as like 20 seconds on that, which is a big detrimental thing in this mission, especially when you fucking don't have any map, because you're basically in the fucking ocean, basically, for both scenario A and scenario B. I don't care if because I did not know that Alcatraz was really that separated from the mainland of San Francisco. Man, I did not know that. But apparently it is, and the only actual way to get from Alcatraz to say a boating dock, one of the San Francisco boating docks, is basically through some sort of boat or ferry. Plus, apparently escaping Alcatraz with duct tape is. I don't know if it was plausible or not. I'm really not sure. Might have to rewatch my Mythbusters episode. But speaking of Mythbusters, what does Nostalgia Critic and Cinema Snob have with Mythbusters? I know it's a bit late to bring this up because it's been a full 2 or so weeks. Actually, no. I think it's been like a month. Since him and Brad did a collab review of Sharknado. But seriously, I get when you wanted to like make fun of it, but then the parody just went fucking south. When they try to do the reference to like Tori Belleci, Grant Imahara, and Carrie Byron. Only they referenced the Carrie Byron part, but the other two fucking hell, didn't even get a fucking acknowledgement at all. In fact, the casting for that was just really off. I mean, don't they? Isn't there like some sort of like guest that has that sort of Asian look to him to pull at least the Grandma Horror thing. The Tori Belleci thing, they could have easily have phoned that in phone that in, of course. No laptop, no! Don't sleep on me! It's only been 15 minutes. Ay caramba! Which probably means, wait a minute. There's no way now. There's a wait a minute. There's a 6-minute delay? I want to call bullshit. No, not copy. No, it can't. This can't. But then again, if it does it again, I'll be like, oh, shit. Now it has to end. So yeah, I keep track of this time. I know what it wants, but yeah, yeah, just but it's I don't know it was like the one joke from that review that kind of bugged me a little. I mean from when it started out pretty funny. I mean, it was like, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you're trying to do, and then when it got to the whole Grant, Tori, Carrie thing, it was no, just fuck no. I'm sorry, just no. Also, apparently J.J. Abrams is like has a 50-50 chance of becoming the next Shyamalan. Especially with this whole mystery box thing. I just learned that today. I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. I actually got nothing to say on that. It's kind of interesting in that way, but that's just how it goes, I guess. Either the credits are rolling or something like that. What the fuck? I know there's a delay there, but seriously, I mean, there were like certain things that happened on this mission that were like, what the fuck? I mean, it's bad enough that, like, the Jeeps are like pulling off suicidals, so that was trying to throw me off guard. I mean, you saw what happened before the reset, when the ambulance was flipped over, and all of a sudden a Jeep came in and rammed into it while it was upside down. It flipped it up right side up, of course, but still it was weird. And then there was like a couple times where, like, apparently he got shot and it was like flipping like crazy. God, it's the whole thing just goes freaking insane. But now that I think about it, the mission kind of spoils like the extra thing. I mean, look, but then again, it does it pretty cleverly, actually. I mean, usually with the clock like that, actually no, it does kind of spoil that you have to destroy some shit. Doesn't know how much you have to destroy until later on when you actually are destroying one, but still, yeah. It's that. I'm sorry, I'm just really tired right now. And I know, it's supposed to be like the big finale thing, but I'm treating it like as if it's just a regular episode, man. And I'm just chilling and talking about random shit that may or may not concern you whatsoever. You might have just tuned out my voice because you're just watching to see how good or bad I'm playing this. But then I implore you to bring it to turn back on your volumes when the credits start rolling, because you get to hear some wicked licks. It's awesome. I love it. Sorry, just super tired, yo. Super tired. So yeah, destroyed those missiles. Yay, destroy them. Destroy. I'm just trying my very best to speak ahead, because I know from what my screen's showing me, it showed the ambulance trapped before it saved the chief. Chief. But I know damn well there's about 3 or 4 little missile things that need to be destroyed, like right now. The only way to do that is destroy them, like, right now. And oh my gosh. I mean, it was kind of. I mean, when you get down to it, some of the missile areas are actually pretty easy to go to. When you really get down to it, it's actually pretty cool. Oh, here's something I'm trying to debate about. How close should I be at the mic? No, like really. Because I keep looking down, I noticed that my voice is like near the mic and all that. I'm trying to remember not to touch the mic, because that's when it picks up the biggest feedback, and I know some of you have noticed that. So you're like, wait, dude, why did you do that? I'm like, oh, sorry, I forgot, the mic is that sensitive. Which is weird though, because it's sensitive to how close you are, but then when you get far away, it becomes like, hey guys, welcome to another Let's Play Super Runabout San Francisco Edition. And you're like, what? What did he say? Ah, what? Bleh. Sorry. I'm sorry. Just doing that. That's probably. Yeah. I will say that that with the Dreamcast I have right now, I've been debating if I should still keep it or not. I've mentioned about how I got my Dreamcast and what games came with it. But to be honest, the only game that I really would replay again, and you clearly see I made a full Let's Play for the Super Runabout San Francisco Edition. I won't do one for Crazy Taxi because I'm not that good at playing that game. I mean, I just suck at it. I think the only time I've been really good at playing Crazy Taxi is like some of those missions that it tests you with, where really it tests to see how much of a fucking perfectionist you can be, basically. In some of those things, you cannot fuck up. Oh, like there was a couple missions that I remember from Crazy Taxi, where you had to do where you pick up someone, you deliver them to a location, and thus another person gets jumped in. Now there was 2 versions of this. One basically involved going down a very long-winded road. When you finally dropped them off, you were only about a few inches away from the next release, so there's that. Fucking truck. Stop the fucking truck. Fucking truck. The big old fucking truck. I just realized to put a replay on this. Yeah, I'm really extending this as long as possible. But anyway, back to some Crazy Taxi. See, good. Like I said, there were 2 versions of this whole extra thing. One involved escorting people through basically just a long linear pathway. Okay? But you had to do it in a way that not only do they get dropped off fast, but also you pick up the next person at an even faster rate. Right. Which that mission was pretty straightforward. But then there was this one mission. It was essentially an escort mission, but the whole point of it was to avoid traffic at all costs. Now, of course, it's like, oh, okay, it's just like in Frogger, right? The only difference is that the car gets hit. All it does is just temporarily slow you down, right? And you're like, yeah, that's all it does. Sorry, my own throat wants me to cough or spit, but I don't want to. Now, you get back down into my esophagus. Anyway, like I said, the second mission it was a lot more, not more of a customer, but a lot more precision at that, because when you're going through the freeway, you have to go through a way that no car will hit you from the front or the back, or you run into a particular car. That's how perfect you had to be on that mission in order to pass it. Dude. I did not like that mission. I really did not like that mission one bit. I did not. Just no. Fuck no. Just no. No. But apparently, according to this, I have 4 minutes left. Actually, no. Yeah. Wait, no. I only have 2 minutes left in this, which I call BS on that. Because apparently there's like a big ass delay in this shit. So no, I missed talking through the credits, but then again, that talk was being overrun with the outro thing. So there's that, and you get to see sort of the whole garage thing. You know, just in case you decide to not watch scenario A before coming here, which I know some of you may have, and only watched the even number episodes and skipped all the odd, and vice versa. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Another thing I have to do, I have to set up some schedules. I have to set up some episodes things. I need to have time. I don't have time after 10. The only thing I'll do after 10 is go to specific websites like Dojimo, or Faku, or insert Dojin-esque, hentai-esque website domain here. So yeah, yeah. So that's a fucked up way to leave it off. Just talk about that. Wow. Just wow. Anyway, with that said, I'm Udrosis. I hope you